Good afternoon everyone. Our topic for today's video is all about IoT. IoT stands for Internet of Things. So what is Internet of Things? The Internet of Things refers to the rapidly growing network of connected objects that are able to collect and exchange data in real time using embedded sensors, like for example, thermostat, cars, light, refrigerators, and more appliances can all be connected to the IoT.
How does IoT work? An IoT ecosystem consists of web-enabled smart devices that use embedded systems such as processor, sensor, and communication hardware to collect, send, and act data they acquire from their environment. IoT devices share the sensor data they collect by connecting to an IoT gateway or other edge device where data is either to send to the cloud to be analyzed or analyzed locally. Sometimes, these devices communicate with other related devices and act on the other information they get from one another. The device to do the most of work without human intervention, although people can interact with these devices. From instance to set them up, give them instruction, or access the data. The connectivity, networking, and communication protocols used with these enabled devices largely depends on the specific IoT application deployed. IoT can also make use of artificial intelligence and machine learning to aid in making data collecting process easier and more dynamic.
In our generation, IoT or Internet of Things has been the most important technology. So why IoT is important? The Internet of Things helps people live and work smarter, as well as gain complete control over their lives. In addition to offering smart devices to automate homes, and also IoT is essential to business. So IoT helps people to live and work smarter, especially in our daily life. IoT makes our life easier and comfortable. Like sa atong panimalay, atong mga trabahoon is dili na kaayo hago o mas madali pa jud buhaton. Example, kanang manlabata karon, di ba, na natay washing. Aton lamang ibutang ang atong kanang mga labuhonon dito, din atong mopindot reto sa washing, din pasagdan na nato while pwede rato si jag mo ikot-ikot dito while ag kita naputay laing buhaton, o di ba mas madali ra rato buhaton kung naatay IoT. Then another example of IoT that we use every day that also connect to the internet is mga smart appliances like stove, refrigerator, dryer, washing, coffee machine, and rice cooker. Then we also have smart assistant like Amazon, Alexa, or Apple Siri. Diba ang Alexa kay kaan pwede na natong mo mutubag nato batahay mo ingon tanga, Alexa, what is the weather today? Or nana ang siya mutubag na si siya nga kanang unsay weather karon. Ja smart security system, smart locks, and smart doorbells. So maato sila yung mga example sa IoT na kabalot ta makatabang sa atong everyday life. Then, ang IoT is very automatic na example sa mga connected vehicles that tell us everything from how we close to the other vehicles around us and to the best road to take to avoid rush hour traffic. Diba na anay mga car na musulti o murtudlo kung asa tapaingon or kung asa ang best way na dapat nato agian para avoid traffic din para pod iwas ta masaag. And lastly, IoT is essential to business because it allows companies to automate processes and save money, no labor. It also reduces waste and improves service delivery, making it less expensive and deliver goods to the customer. IoT allows companies to reduce costs, increase safety, and improve quality. Technology, smartphones, along with the various app-controlled appliances is part of IoT. We already know that IoT is helpful in our everyday life. So that's why IoT is very important in our life.
IoT through the years. So we all know that tanang mga butang area sa Earth has a background history or mga nahitabo nila through the years. So her is the IoT through the years. The Internet of Things as a concept wasn't officially named until 1999. But one of the first examples of an IoT is from the early 1980s and was a Coca-Cola machine. Located at the Carnegie Mellon University, local programmers would connect through the internet to the refrigerated appliances and check to see if there was a drink available and if it was cold before making the trip to purchase one. So, ag IoT through the years, ag kanang best example ani from 1980s is the Coca-Cola machine. So I think kanang Coca-Cola machine is like kanang mga tuwa sa gawas nga mag kanang hog bitog tag piso-piso then naay mo gawas nga mga drink. Maybe kanang kana may kanang atong ma-imagine basta maingong tag Coca-Cola machine. So agad to laman is kanang kuana kanang mga differences nga mga drinks. So naisa ka MIT's executive director of Auto ID Labs nga si kanang Kevin Ashton. So Kevin Ashton, a MIT as executive director of Auto ID Lab, he coined the phrase Internet of Things in 1999. He was the first to describe Internet of Things, and because of the evolution or the continued evolution atong nga time of Internet of Things, Mr. Ashton stated this: today, computers and therefore the Internet are almost wholly dependent of human beings for information. Nearly all the roughly 50 petabytes of data available on the Internet were first captured and created by human beings by typing, pressing a record button, taking a digital picture, or scanning a barcode. The problem is, people have limited time, attention, and accuracy, all of which means they are not very good at capturing data about things in the real world. If we had computers that knew everything there was to know about things, using data they gather without any help from us, we would be able to track and count everything and greatly reduce waste, loss, and cost. We would know when things needed replacing, repairing, or recalling, and whether they were fresh or past their best. So, for the kanang ang opinion ani nga like nga state ni Mr. Ashton is anang kahibawta nga kanang tungod sa pag-evolve sa mga like technologies, kita nagkuan na gajud ta nagdependent, like nagsalig na gajud ta nga kanang agmubuhat ra is kanang through internet, like kita nagtinapulan na kay kanang tungod lagi kay naay internet nga makapa easy na to og kanang buhat og mga unsa ato angay buhaton. Labi na gajud karon nga generation, like ara gajud pag upgrade sa internet, revolution of internet. So na-observe gajud nato nga na-observe na ho nga naa gajud changes like sa past og sa karon nga generation.
Internet of Things benefits to organizations. First, monitor their general business process. So, ma-track o ma-analyze nila ang business performance o na success or na ay problema. Second, improve the customer experience. So, sa tabang sa teknolohiya karon, no, makasabot sa mga behavior sa customer. Makahibaw na sila sa mga important information na makapagpa-improve sa business. Save time and money. I think no need to elaborate this one because as you can see, it's self-explanatory, so let's move to enhance employee productivity. So, ang teknolohiya makatabang sa mga employee na ma-monitor o ma-alert about sa mga changes and productivity. And integrate and adopt business models. So, Internet of Things enhance the experience capabilities by discovering new ideas that will help develop or grow their business. Make better business decisions. So by providing relevant and reliable information and data, technologies help eliminate biased information in making business decisions. So, makatabang pod sa paghatag og daghan nga mga ideas nga ma-develop ang plano creatively and successfully. Plus, generate more revenue. So, Internet of Things increase revenue through improved customer satisfaction and better product information.
Pros and cons of IoT. Unsa man ang pros ang nakamaayo? Ang cons ang nakaapan. So, ang number one pros sa IoT is easy access. Kay it will make our lives easier. Number two, smart cities. For example, kanang traffic light daras Jollibee dapit, automatic na siya nga mo turn on kung gabi o mo turn off kung buntag. Number 3, increase productivity. IoT offers just-in-time employee training, improves labor efficiency, and reduce mismatch skills while increasing organizational productivity. Eventually, we end up with much more time in our hands. Ease of communication. For example, ganahan ta makaiba kung pila na atong beronon sa borsar. Mulag man ta sa atong cellphone dito sa atong portal aron makahibaw ta kung pila atong beronon. So di na ta kailangan mo adto na sa borsar kay pwede ra mag ala cellphone. Ang kailangan na jud nato is internet connection. So are na pud tas cons ang nakapan. Number 1 is complexity. Complexity, the technical advancement and improved user experience of IoT have drawbacks. Suppose you and your friend got a message that the milk packet has expired. So, in this case, you both will buy the milk packet. Number 2, compatibility. All the manufacturers can build a common standard. Though Bluetooth can connect different devices, it faces several compatibility regarding optimum IoT device application. This compatibility issue may force the buyers or users to buy devices from a specific manufacturer, which may create monopoly in the market. 3. Privacy concern. So, kanang dali ra gud mahak tanan kay tanan nimong infos kay naa naman digto. Number 4, lesser employment. Daghang mawad-an og trabaho. Kay dali naman tungod sa internet. For example, mailman. Mawad-an jud sila og trabaho kay tanang tao mas mopili man ara na mas email, ara sa messenger, chat na raman kay ma-receive pa dayon. Kung maghatag-hatag pa kag letter, dugaya pa after pag usa ka buwan usa moabot sa receiver. Number 4, technology addiction. Kanang dependent na ta kaadyo sa technology. Di ta ka deny nga na kay tinuod jud nang dependent na tatanan magstalig kay tanan malagi na nas kuan internet dali na makitaan.
Commerce and enterprise IoT applications. There are numerous real-world applications of the Internet of Things, ranging from consumer IoT in the enterprise to manufacturing and industrial IoT. IoT applications span numerous verticals, including automotive, telecom, and energy. So, enterprise or industrial IoT is a categorization across many verticals from manufacturing utilities, like for example, oil and gas, enterprise buildings, public sector like lighting, waste management, government buildings, transportation, and etc. So the difference between consumer and enterprise or industrial IoT is based on who the end buyer is. As the name suggests, consumer, kita, human, people like you or me, leveraging IoT for the betterment of our daily lives. So enterprise or industrial IoT is where employees are leveraging IoT for the benefit of the company, business they work for. So it is very understandable na kaadyo kung kanang consumer ba og enterprise. Kay kung when we say consumer, kita mga tao like kita mo consume ito atong mga needs. So enterprise or industrial is mga government, mga nagtrabaho sa mga company. So, maunay enterprise or industrial IoT.
IoT security and privacy issues. Security issue number 1. Inadequate password protection. Hard-coded and embedded credentials in IoT devices provide an easy target for hackers to compromise the devices directly. Default password may enable hackers to enter the machine without any obstacle. Kanang weak kaadyo imong password, so maunang ang kadali ra kaadyo sa para sa mga hackers ang i-hack ang imong device. So kailangan nato strong password para di sila makadali og kaybaw kung sa imong password aron di dali mahack. Limited compliance for IoT manufacturers. Another important factor affecting the security factor in privacy and security in IoT refers to the lack of compliance from IoT manufacturers. Many fitness trackers with Bluetooth generally remain visible after pairing your refrigerator could give you Gmail login credentials. Tungod pod aning mga IoT manufacturers na halos tanan nilang device connected sa internet og naanay Bluetooth, maupong di na secure ang atong mga devices. Device update management. The concerns of security and privacy in IoT could also refer to security issues due to the device update management. Insecure firmware of software could generally lead to IoT security risks. Even if a manufacturer offers a device with the most recent software update, you will encounter new vulnerabilities. Kanang inig-update sa atong mga software device, kanang di compatible ang new update sa atong device, usapod na nga maka-create og securities issues sa atong devices. Lack of insecure interface. The answer to why security is important in IoT become clear with the security issues due to insecure interfaces. All IoT devices are involved in the processing and communication of data. The IoT devices need apps, protocols, and the services for communication, and the insecure interfaces are responsible for various IoT vulnerabilities. They lack the security features such as authorization, access, and digital certificates to access items in keychains. Privacy issues in IoT. Number 1. Abundance of data. The data generated by IoT devices is radically staggering for the right reasons. According to the Federal Trade Commission, less than 10,000 households could create almost 150 million discrete data points daily. Therefore, you can clearly notice the increased possibilities for breaches of privacy in IoT. You have more entry points for hackers while leaving sensitive information and your IoT devices vulnerable. Kana bitawng halos tanan na nimong data imong nahatag and information sa imong IoT device, dali na raman pag-hack sa mga hackers sa atong mga butang. Kay apil ang atong sensitive information, imo nang nahatag digto. Mao nang likayan pud nato ang paghatag og palabi nga data. Eavesdropping. IoT users would also have to find eavesdropping as one of the omnibus answers to what privacy concerns in IoT for specific reasons. Imagine a hacker using one of your smart home appliances to snoop in your personal life. As a matter of fact, hackers and even manufacturers could use a connected device to basically invading an individual's home. For example, kanang ibong TV, anja gi-installa na sa hacker or sa manufacturers og device nga connected through the internet where mahimangnuan nila kung unsa imong gibuhat, unsa imong gitan-aw nga na nga specific nga time. Mao nang wa kay privacy kay mahimangnuan malagi nila kung unsay imong gibuhat. So likayan pud na nato. Unwanted public exposure. The next and probably the most important entry among privacy issues in IoT would refer to unwanted public exposure. IoT device manufacturers often have long documentation for terms of service, as there is barely anyone who read the document truly. For example, nanghuwam ko sa cellphone ni Maria without her concern. Unja, daghan kong apps na gi-open dito like Messenger, email, messages niya. So, without Maria knowing nga ang data is the breach na unwantedly. Kay baw naman ko sa ijang mga chit-chats dito, so murag unwanted public exposure jud.
The future of the Internet of Things. The future of the IoT starts now. As we open the door to usher in the future of IoT, we're excited about the promising opportunities before us. As this industry continues to evolve and grow, we expect to see clients in every industry benefit and gain the capabilities they need to develop the technologies that will shape our lives for the better. So we all know that the future of everything depends us. Like kita humans are the one that who control the all things area sa earth. So naana nato if unsaon na to paggamit ana, unsaon na to pagbenefits ana nga butang. So expected that there are advantages and disadvantages of internet to the future. Like so karon daghan na gad yung mga disadvantages sa internet, like mga cyber crime, like ing ana kay tungod ra pud na nato nga wa ta kahibaw sa atong limitations to use the internet. So therefore we must use the internet efficiency to the better of ourselves and to others and to the next generation.